We recently traveled out to Scales Elementary to experience research projects that the third grade students are doing on habitats. Not only are they writing papers and doing poster boards on the subject, but as we found out, they're getting to experience the habitats firsthand.
Well, our third grade team decided to do a full integration unit and have the students create a research project based on a habitat. So each teacher paired with another teacher, and so there's 8 teachers, so there's 4 actual habitats. And so the students with that habitat had to pick something to research. So they researched a topic in a group of 4 or 5, so they weren't by themselves. And then they had to write a research paper with an introductory paragraph and concluding paragraph, because that's part of the third grade Common Core standards. And then they had to take that paper, type it, and then they had to create a poster to represent the main idea and details of that paper. Then they had to come up with a speech that would represent their poster to give to the whole school, because the whole school gets to tour the habitat.
The day we visited, students from other grades came to the third grade wing of the school. They first met with the third grade students where they would talk about their specific habitat they did research on. They would explain things and answer any questions students had. They learned about all 4 habitats the third graders studied: the desert, the swamp, the rainforest, and the cave. After they learned about the habitats, they got to actually tour the habitat that teachers, students, and parent volunteers had created in classrooms. The habitats were made with great visuals and sound effects. In the desert habitat, they increased the air temperature of the room where it felt noticeably warmer.
We changed our rooms. This is a regular classroom, and as you can hear the sounds and look around, we changed it into that habitat. So, for example, I had the rainforest. My students researched the rainforest, so we changed this whole room into a rainforest. So they get to walk through and see the different levels of the rainforest, and they get to see the actual things they were reporting on, made for them. My actual students are presenting all day for 2 days with like a break for lunch in special areas, so that all the kids in the school get to experience the habitats.
When the kids toured the habitats, the teachers would ask them questions from the information provided earlier by third graders with the posters. The kids answered the questions and seemed very engaged with the subject matter.
Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it because the kids, they're excited. They get to see, they've been researching the understory. Or here in the canopy, they get to see the canopy, and we tried to make it lighter like it is in the rainforest. And as down the hall, we have a desert. And so they get to compare, the environment of our rainforest, the habitat, to a desert. And then we have a swamp across the hall, and then we have a cave, which is totally different. So it's neat. They get to actually experience what they've been researching, and they get to compare it to other habitats.